Ahoy there, listeners, and welcome to another episode of the Captain's Horror Meltdown. My name is Cammy, and I'll be your captain on this journey, and I'm joined, as always, by John. Just John. Doesn't have a job at the moment, because we are... What did we call this? Well, it's actually called Netflix, so you don't have to.
Yes, that's what I came... sorry, it's kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing that I came up with.
Yeah.
I think I'll give you the vague idea.
Yeah, we're upstream of the boat or something, I think was my poor joke.
Jesus. Oh, that was Dolly Parton based.
Oh, that's right. Islands of the Stream, that's right. Yeah, of course. You're Dolly Parton.
Right, I'm Dolly again. Alright, so I'm going to be Dolly Parton for these.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always going to be Kenny Rogers, because I've got a grey beard.
And you do like fucking me.
They weren't together, were they?
Oh, come on, they must have done something.
Oh God, well, we should maybe look into that a little bit more next time.
I don't want to make any. I don't want to make any libelous claims. I retract everything I said, apart from the "you fucking me" bit. Yeah.
So we are back with another mini episode where we delve into the world of Netflix. Specifically the horror section, and specifically we just go like absolutely Tonto leather. Just run blindly into the horror section and pick something that looks like absolute mint.
Yeah, I think let's qualify this with saying we have, I don't think either of us have looked at reviews before we've picked the two films.
None.
Oh, this was only our second one, fair enough. So it's a case of no reviews, don't look at any chat about it, just purely flicking through Netflix and think, right, that's the one. Yeah.
It's I think I would liken it to the Netflix experience to the old video shop days. Yeah. Like I said before as well. You're standing there, you've got no idea. It's overwhelming. You've got too much in front of you, and you end up just not really being able to. You're crippled by indecision. So we're going to watch some of the shite that's out there and let you know whether it's worth watching or not.
Yeah, or if it is indeed just shite.
Yeah. Well, we're back with a title that stuck out to both of us pretty much instantly when we started discussing titles on this. So we're going to be reviewing Girls with Balls.
Indeed. And I know how much you like your girls with balls.
That's true. Very, very true.
Spent a lot of time in Thailand in your youth.
I've never been to Thailand.
That's what you tell everyone, but I know different. Nothing you like better than a lady dropping her hairy nuts into your mouth.
I don't know who's putting up
I'm sorry.
But someone has.
Sorry.
It's outrageous. We're an all-inclusive... Oh, do you know what? Who cares if I do? We're an all-inclusive podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd celebrate the fact if you did. I'd be... Yeah. I'd get a t-shirt and everything.
Don't know if Marianne would be too happy right enough, but...
Well, she's fairly accepting. As I say, it's in the past, It's not like you're doing it... Well, I presume... you're not doing it. I presume that was being left to the past.
No, my life's way too sedate for that these days. So, Girls with Balls. And the confusion starts almost instantly with this film, in that I think Netflix lists it as 2019 and everywhere else seems to list it as 2018.
Yep.
Directed by Olivier Afonso.
Yep.
Which should have been a bit of a giveaway. We're going to get into this film. Again, these are relatively spoiler-free because we're telling you whether we think you should bother your arse watching it or not. We're presuming that most people haven't watched these films. Should have been a bit of a giveaway to something that then became obvious as soon as I started watching this film. But anyway, first of all, I'll start with the usual letterbox synopsis. Quite a long one this time.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Girls with Balls.
Okay.
Here we go. All-girls volleyball team, the Falcons. Now, note that I said the Falcons, not the Falcons.
Not the Falcons, correct.
Not the Falcons.
Correct.
end up stranded in the middle of nowhere after their minivan breaks down. Little do they know they landed in degenerate hunters' territory and the hunt is on. Thus begins a very long night where they must run for their lives and test their team spirit, but the girls are more resourceful than it appears. In the heart of the forest, the tables are about to turn between hunter and hunted.
It's not bad, to be honest. I have to say, for a 77-minute film, it was quite a long night.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things we've got to say straight away that attracted both of us to this film. 77 minutes. And actually, although weirdly, I think we came up with an initial shortlist of 4 films that we're going to work through.
Yeah, I think it was 3 of them, I think.
Weighed in at 77 minutes.
That's right, yep.
But yeah, I see lots of confusion with this. You know, obviously the date of manufacture, etc. But yeah, I started watching this and I was like, what the fuck is going on with this film? It's got the worst dubbing ever. And I'll say that this film looks, from the poster, looks like an all-American film.
It does. I would agree with that.
And being a giant melting pot, you know, Olivier Afonso may be American. Who knows? But then as soon as the film starts, we're confronted with some of the worst dubbing I've ever seen.
And that's saying something.
Genuinely atrocious dubbing. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? How do we click on my mouse? Because I'll just say as well, actually, that I watched this in the, as I will do with all these Netflix films, I watched this downloaded on my laptop.
Right.
Via the Netflix app. And I watched it in bed. For the true Netflix experience. But yeah, clicked on there and I saw that you can also click onto the original language, which is French.
Absolutely.
And this is indeed a French/Belgian co-production.
Indeed. The director did the effects on Raw.
Did he?
Yeah. He's an effects guy.
Right, I did not realise that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was one of the very... I'm going to be honest, I didn't do a lot of research on that, but that's one of the things picked up. He did the effects on Raw and some actually, kind of bigger stuff as well. So,
cool.
Although, weirdly, it's not got him... I can't remember where I read this now, because I'm looking on Wikipedia, and he's not even got like a hyperlink thing on his name. It's just like nothing. No. You can't click on anything he's done. But
no, this is definitely the only film that he's directed anyway.
Yeah, that's definitely it. But yeah, he has he's an effects guy. So basically like Tom Savini, but maybe not as good at all in either field.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess that actually, I think the special effects are pretty good. This little number,
they are fine. They are.
Enjoyable.
I was going to be honest. I don't even know if he did them. Maybe he was too busy directing.
I think he probably was, wasn't he? Yeah.
No, he must have. I don't know. Oh fuck, who knows? Maybe it's like I'm done with that. I'm done with getting my hands dirty with this blood shit and stuff. So he's got his hands dirty by sort of mediocrely directing a film.
Yeah, well, I would say, not particularly well directed, this film, is it?
It's all right. I mean,
it's fine. It's passable, but
it just exists, essentially.
It does.
The camera work exists.
And now, so I switched over to French language and subtitles. Mm-hmm. What about yourself?
Well, I didn't manage to start watching it before you informed me of this.
Right, so you went straight.
So I was I was compelled to watch it with dubbing. Just to see how bad it was to start with. I was like, I need to see how bad it is. And you're right, it is an absolute disaster area.
It's wild. I'll tell you one thing. I don't know. I sort of went back this evening and watched some more of it. I went back and watched some of it again with the dubbing on. And I would say one major thing that it's weirdly like the film's a comedy.
Mm-hmm. Sort of. Yeah.
And a very dark comedy, but certainly in its original language it seems like a comedy anyway. And the dubbed version, it's like they're trying to dub a straight film or something.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
It's utterly bizarre.
Yeah, there's a lot more kind of serious voice acting going on in it.
Serious but terrible voice acting.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's
absolutely atrocious.
That kind of like basically sort of like a porn dub or something like that.
Oh, it's really, really, really bad. It's incredibly bad. I don't understand why they do it.
In this day and age, it's like it's
do
incredible.
not
Although it was
understand.
amazing telling folk in our little horror chat last night that it was dubbed, and then 2 people immediately fell out of the idea of watching it. Like Dave was immediately subtitles. I'm out.
Well,
And then I think Doc was straight in, was like, I'm not really in the mood for subtitles, I'm out. So they were going to watch it before, I think, listening to this. But yeah, the subtitles put them right off, so they may never watch it.
I'd say, I think the sad thing, the sad truth of the matter with those guys is that Dave can't read.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Doc's usually too pissed to be able to read.
Even the hand over one eye trick doesn't work with Doc sometimes.
No, totally. He's been drinking that Black Metal Brewery beer again.
Yep, morning, noon, and night, absolutely smashed constantly.
Blittered. It does seem to work for a company that allows that, in fact, stocks its fridges with beer.
Well, non-alcoholic beer.
All right, so no alcoholic beer as well.
Well, no, I think it was all stocked with. It just showed that he had that picture of like a massive fridge full of non-alcoholic beer, which just led me to think, it's like, what problem are they having to tackle that massively in that workplace? That it's like, look, give them free, alcohol-free, and you never know, it might turn the tables. I was like, Jesus Christ!
Brilliant.
Hey ho.
So we're getting over the fact that the film is we managed to pin it down quite early on. It's a French horror comedy, dark horror comedy. This is I mean, we're not going to go into plot or anything like that, which we're not going to do with these little reviews. But this film completely melted my brain.
I think that's fair. Yeah,
it is simultaneously utterly shit. Mm-hmm. Massively derivative, and quite offensive.
Yep, I think there's a lot of kind of what they would. I think they're probably going for like a comedy turn on sexism, but actually just make it a bit sexist, like genuinely sexist. But
having said all that, and it's not a good film, I don't think. It was by the end. I think I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean the last 15 minutes really picked up. Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, it starts off quite. I mean, yeah. So the basic plot lineup is: what are they, a netball team?
They're a netball team.
Why have they gone on the road? That's the bit I didn't get.
I don't know.
They're just.
Well, they've won the tournament at the start. They win the tournament at the start,
and then
they're trying to get home.
Or something's going on, and like it appears that they
all hate each other. It seems.
Yeah.
Well, but also some of them seem to be in a relationship
with each other. Yeah. And other people, and the coach is kind of like looks like Kevin Smith before he lost weight.
The coach should not be around. No, young women.
Absolutely not. He is an absolute disaster area. I mean, you wouldn't if you look at that guy, like there's no way you wouldn't let him take your daughter away in a van. It's absolute insanity.
No chance.
So yeah, so they basically, they kind of, what do they do? They're going to try and, it's running late, so they go somewhere to try and stay the night. It doesn't work out. In the place is just full of like massively stereotypical comedy hillbilly types.
Rednecks, hillbillies, yeah.
They offend them, it all goes tits up, and they wake up the next morning and all the guys are outside just waiting to hunt them. Poof, there you go. Yeah. Finished. That's your story.
But there are some like nice little flourishes. I mean, one other thing that I'll jump in, I'll just say, I don't think this is a spoiler. This is all, they antagonise these guys by one of the girls performs a pole dance with a giant string
of garlic.
I've
got to be honest. I was like, kind of, my mouth was open at that point, but inwardly, I think I was pissing myself.
Man,
I've made 3 notes, and one of them is pole of garlic.
Honestly, there's several points in this film that I just burst out laughing. It's kind of the level of comedy of Tropic Thunder or something like that at times.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it is just very stereotypical, like very by the numbers. But some of it works quite well. There's some the rednecks all dress quite wildly for the hunt. There's some nice, funny touches that I don't want to go in and don't want to spoil, actually, with some of the touches.
No,
and some of the gore, when the gore starts going, it's pretty good. I mean, there's quite a lot of violence in this film. Some quite horrible violence.
It is. It's tonally quite odd, which is a term we use a lot in this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the gore is just like, because I think what really intrigued me was, okay, it's a horror comedy, but it's, before I even watched it, it's an 18.
It is an 18.
And that is hugely, I mean, if you were a horror comedy, you would probably be a bit sick at the idea of getting an 18 most of the time, because you've kind of fucked your target audience a bit. But these Frenchy Belgians don't give a shit. There's a lot of gore lashing around the place, some of it pretty extreme. The fact the first one, hand based, was just like, oh Jesus Christ, and it only kind of escalates from that. There's quite a lot of shonky digital blood flying around as well, but
it's a mix of digital blood and real blood. I really don't like digital blood at all.
It's so noticeable.
It really fucks me off. It's really noticeable. The thing with the BBFC 18 as well is that there's no nudity in the film at all.
No,
and there is quite a lot of wild language, but it's just purely for the violence.
Oh, totally,
gore. Purely for the gore.
Yep.
And the gore is generally played for laughs as well, though, but it's horrendous.
Yep.
There's also there's a scene that I laughed heartily at, but was also utterly shocked at, involving a dog. Which
oh my god! That was the third of my 3 notes.
It's just would not. I just can't imagine anyone that wasn't French making shooting that.
No, I mean,
you know what I mean?
No British person in their right mind would shoot that.
No.
It's just like when I like dogs. I consider myself a bit of a friend. I enjoy animals and well, hang on, I'll rephrase that. I like animals in general, and I was but I was just like, oh Christ, that was wow. But that's
if I would say, if you're listening to this and you're worried about there's no actual animal cruelty in this film.
No, there isn't. No.
But
but it's just like, oh, woo,
stand by for a trigger warning.
Yeah.
I would say so. I mean, some of the jokes are like land.
No, don't get me wrong. I probably laughed out loud probably half a dozen times, which is, to be honest, actually unusual for any film, comedy or otherwise, for me.
Pretty good going, totally. Some of the girls are pretty good actors as well.
Yeah, I think the performances were generally better than I expected.
And the head baddie is played by Denis Lavant, who I know from Holy Motors and is quite a distinctive looking chap.
He is indeed. Yeah.
And he is fucking great in it.
Mm-hmm.
He is really great. So I mean, the film it becomes insane. I mean, I would say weirdly, for a film that's 77 minutes, there are lulls in it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest, I was like, this seems longer
than 77 minutes. Totally. Yeah, but I mean, I'll tell you, I didn't actually make any notes, but the other thing I did make a mental note for was, now I don't know if this has ever come up in any of our podcasts at all, but you're a bit of a Fiat fan.
Oh,
there's a Fiat in it.
That was
125.
That was my third note.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, vintage Fiat. Yeah. Oh, I was well happy about that. It took me a little while to recover from that. I kind of missed what happened in the next 2 minutes of the film, because I was just like, I'd love one of those. And I kind of disappeared off into a different little cloud.
That was a car my mum had when I was a kid.
Great little cars, man. Probably terrible little cars, but they look cool.
Well, the whole passenger seat literally fell through the floor.
Oh, that's fucking amazing.
Because it rusted in the driveway. Like, they just had to get rid of the car because basically the passenger seat had fallen out. And for quite a while before that, you could see the road when you were in the front seat.
There's just something magical about that, though. Something totally magical about that. Like, you wouldn't accept that with a car these days, but back in those days, you were like, that's fine. It was fine. Yeah, absolutely fine.
It was convertible, but the roof was on poppers. You had to just pop like studs. You had to just push the roof back on.
Yeah, I think the oldest Fiat I ever had, I bought it when it was 10 years old, and it was a convertible as well. and had kind of rubber seals on the roof. They're meant to close over the windows, and they never really quite closed properly. And I took it into garage. Like, I think there's any way you can get that to shut flush or anything like that. And the guy says, "Look, there's no carpets in that car, and that's all you need to know about that car." It's because if there were, they'd be rotted within a year because of water would be fucking everywhere. It's like, all right, fair enough. So it's just fair. I'll just deal with the. And sometimes, if the wind was right and you were traveling at the right velocity, it was almost like raining on the side of your face, even though the window was tightly shut. But there's still something. There was something magical about it. It was a piece of shit, but it was brilliant.
Fun times. Well,
sorry. Welcome to the Fiat podcast, vintage Fiat podcast.
Brilliant. Well, I think probably that sums it up for the film, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think. Well, I suppose we'll have to give it our.
We're going to go and give it our.
This is a tough one, actually.
It's like, okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to do a little. I'm going to try and sort of sum up what I think about this film a little bit first. I would say that I quite enjoyed this film.
Mm-hmm.
This is not high art. This is not meant to be high art. It is going to. If you don't like trash films, you're not going to make it through this at all. But, like, for example, it's certainly on an acting level and a filmmaking level, it's certainly better than, say, something like The Taint, which we love.
Absolutely. That,
for example. I would say that this film was perfect for just having a few beers and getting a bit pissed. I think this would have actually gone down well at one of the meltdowns.
It would have been absolutely perfect. And
see this in a crowd, get your mates round, you're wanting to get a bit pissed up and watch a bit of nonsense, then put this on and have a laugh. You're not going to. You can sit and have a chat while it's on without missing too much.
Yep.
All I would say is French language subtitles on. The dubbed version is unbearable.
It's too much. Oh, I forgot about the little guy, the sort of musical narrator.
Oh yeah, there's like a sort of I
forgot about him. It's like he was part like a rap artist in France or something.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. So he sort of what's it like? There's something else. It's God, I feel it was bugging me all the way through this film. It's like that happens in another film where like just a guy comes on with a guitar and sings a little bit about what's going to happen.
Is it like an old? It's like an 80s film or something.
No, I don't know. I think it's something or something. Like I think it's almost fairly recent.
Because he kind of reminds me.
Was it actually My Name Is Bruce? Did they have some of that going on?
Did they? He reminds me a bit of like Sam Elliott in The Big Lebowski or something like that. Except but he doesn't actually sing. But he comes on and sort of he sort of sings you through the whole film.
Yeah, kind of introduces each act with a bit of a tune, and also gives away entirely what's going to happen in the act.
Exactly, and the whole way through, he does give away exactly what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Before it happens. I would say, lots of nice gore, some nice performances, some outrageous nonsense that's all quite fun, and worth it for the madness that is Denis Lavant at the end.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give it. It's a tough one. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs across. I can't really give it a thumbs up. I don't think. I can't say that it's good. A good film, but it was quite fun. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed myself, and I would say, if you've got a spare 77 minutes and you're stuck for something to watch and stick it on, you'll know pretty quickly whether you'll be able to tolerate it or not.
I would say so. That's one of its great bonuses.
It's definitely going to be a Marmite film anyway.
Yeah, I think for me, I was thinking about the perfect time to see. For me, the absolute perfect time for this would be probably during Dead by Dawn festival, just after you've had to endure like a really bleak Scandinavian, like just misery fest. Like it's gone on maybe for 2 hours.
Very highbrow.
It's probably gone on for like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and you're like, "Wow, God, this has absolutely killed me. This is exactly what you would need afterwards." If it came on in that situation, you'd be 2 thumbs up because you'd be elated.
You would be.
But in the cold light of day, I think 1 thumb across because I could actually see me watching that again, I'll be honest.
I think, and
another thumb across because, I'm not going to say I would run out and watch it again, but I enjoyed it enough to. I'd recommend watching it, to be honest.
Yeah, totally. So would I. If you're a horror fan, if you're listening to this podcast, then I'd recommend you listen to it.
Yeah, if you can stand us rabbiting on shit for this length of time, then you can definitely stand this film.
Absolutely. And look, the thing is, you're already paying for Netflix anyway, and you're a horror fan. Just get it watched.
Absolutely.
Great gore. And like a fun watch. So there you go.
Now, can I tell you something kind of odd? It's not odd at all, but I've had to change my recording system because Audacity's gone a bit weird. So I'm recording in Logic, which is for recording music. And just for your interest, had we been recording a song in 4/4 time at a tempo of 120 beats per minute, we'd be on bar number 845 right now.
That's do you know, I don't understand any of that at all.
Cool.
But
I'm glad I mentioned
think it's quite impressive.
Glad I mentioned
it. Totally. Excellent. What I'll do is I'm actually going to say, I know we don't really give away spoilers for this at all, but I'm going to say that since we're right at the end now, I am actually going to give a spoiler. So if you don't want any spoilers, skip forward 30 seconds. But I'm just going to say, John, did you see the trivia in IMDb?
No, I did not.
A little bit further down. Trivia. Here we go. In the original 2012 script, the bad guys were half men, half pig creatures that worshipped an 800-kilo hog. Morgan was the only member of the team to survive and was used at the end by the worshippers to birth a new race.
Wow.
Insanity. There you go.
Right, okay. Is that really a spoiler?
Ignore. Well, I suppose not, but yeah. Mental. So there you go. The other thing I'd say is, I spent ages watching it going, where the fuck have they filmed this? But they filmed it in Tenerife.
Oh, did they?
There you go. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to Tenerife.
Neither have I, but it just feels weird because it.
To be fair, if I'd
like
been to Tenerife, I don't think I would have noticed. Yeah, I can see it probably. It just looked like it was in some woods.
Yeah, totally. But I was like, it's obviously not been shot in the woods because it's French. So anyway, and I
do they not have woods in France?
Well, they do. They
must do.
But I spent a long time thinking about it. Too much time thinking about it.
I can actually, to be honest, I can tell you they do have woodland in France.
I'll need to go back and check
massive
that
section. There's a whole like region which is basically a forest.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You should check it out.
Hell. I've been lied to all these years.
No, I think you've just got a weird preconception from somewhere. Someone told you that when you were 5 and you've just held on to it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We watched Netflix, so you don't have to, but I would recommend that you do if you're bored and want to watch a film. So get Girls with Balls watched.
Absolutely. Late night, a little bit tipsy. Get involved.
Yeah. A little bit tipsy, get it on. We're gonna sign off now. Head back to the ship, and we're gonna be back with a main episode next time.
Who knows? Let's just not mention it because we have fucking no idea what's going on.
We never know. We never know what's going to happen.
Whatever happens next happens. We'll go with that.
But we will also be back with some more Netflix nonsense for you soon.
Indeed.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Good night.